Hi everyone, this is Sharon. Today I am sharing a project with you that I made as part of a collaboration that is sponsored by the Facebook group Junk Journal Fix with Sunflower Indoors. And it's a event that's going on for 12 days from the 1st through the 12th of the month. And each day, two creators will bring you a video with their makes. And the theme for the event is the 12 Days of Christmas. And you can join in if you'd like. This theme is optional, so if you want to do a 12-day Christmas theme, you can for your project, but it's optional and you can feel free to create anything festive if you like. There is a YouTube playlist that will be updated daily and can be found at a link that I'll put in the description. I will also have in the description links to the channels of all of these creators down here in the list. I am up. Today is the 11th day of the collaboration, and I am on with Diane from the Messy Palette. And then it'll wrap up tomorrow on the 12th with Julie from Julie's Paper Crafts and Mandy from Sunflower Indoors. There's also a hashtag, so you can go there to post your project so that we can see what it looks like, or if you'd just like to check out all the other wonderful creations there, you can do that as well. So hopefully I'll have all the links that you need in the description of my video. And here is the project that I made. I went all in on the 12-day theme. So I used 3 kits that are freebies on the Facebook group, and I'll be sure to link those. And those are mainly what I used for this entire project. What I made is a folio, kind of a tag folio, I guess. And I've been wanting to make one of these for quite some time. I added this little dangle onto my tie, and it has 3 little ornaments on there that are part of one of the kits. I shrunk those down a bit to get to that size. And then I tied this whole thing up with this burgundy sari silk ribbon. Now this is an idea, this folio, that I first saw Heather do from Ruby and Pearl. She's, I think, made a couple of these on her channel. So what I did was I created a folio that flaps open, and then I added all different tags and pieces of ephemera inside that represent the 12 days of Christmas. So I did a little research on the 12 days because I absolutely love that theme. And I usually try to do at least one journal or project every year using that theme. I found out that the 12 Days of Christmas was first published in 1780 in a children's book called Mirth Without Mischief. But the song was actually not published or put to music until 1909 by an English composer. So I thought that was interesting. So let's just get going on looking at what's in here. So I've got this little clip here on the side, and that holds in my first tag, which is my partridge in a pear tree. I just added this image. Now there are 12 images similar to this for each of the 12 days that I took from the kit. And then this one I just put on with these little corner attachers. Put some, no, this is scrap paper on the back. That is not from the kit. And then here on the cover of this flap, I have my second day, the 2 turtle doves. And I just layered that up with a little bit of vintage fabric in there. And then this background image is from the kit. So that flaps open, and on this clip I had this tag on the inside. And that's our day 3 turtle doves. I took a piece of wool just to layer that up with the image and added some silk trim on the top. And this is the back. I just used some embossed paper with the Christmas theme. There's a little bit of sparkle in it too. I don't know if you can pick that up. Then on my flap, I have the 4th day for calling birds. And this actually flips up. So I've just got this little tab on the bottom with some fabric. And that flips up like that. There's actually some writing room up here. I added another ornament image there. And then this winter scene down below. Then on this side of the flap, I've got 2 more ephemera pieces that I clipped on. This one is the 5 golden rings. I thought that was appropriate to just have that displayed since that's kind of the chorus. And This is the image for the 5 golden rings. And then I just added a little pin with a couple of golden rings on the top too. And then that is held on to this base piece. So that flips over. And there's a little bit of writing room there. And then this is a vintage punch clock tag. And then on the back, I just added a belly band and then inserted this little piece. And then our 6th day is this little floating pocket sort of a thing. We've got our 6 geese a-laying. I just put this little piece of paper in there with a place for notes. That's an old book page. And then it's got some of the pretty pattern paper from one of the kits there. That flips over, and I've got some coffee dyed paper on the back and a little bit of lace. This image was in the kit. I think it's my favorite one. And I just loved it, and I didn't want to chop it off anywhere, so I put half on this page flap and half on this flap so that when you have these open, you can see the whole image together. And then we are going to flip this side open. Now on this side, I have another flip out. So underneath there, we've got a tag with our 7 swans of swimming. And then on the back, I just added this stamp. This is a tailor-made journal stamp. And I've got some vintage ledger paper that I used on the back here, some washi tape. And then on the inside here, I've got this is just some scrap paper that I had in my scrap box. And then I added this ornament from the kit, and then this beautiful image. Love that. And then I just added a little bit of fabric on that flip. On the outside of the flap are 8 days, 8 maids of milking. And that is actually a pocket, so I just put in there this little offcut of an envelope. But I thought the colors worked really well. Okay, so now moving back to the middle. In here, I just have setting inside this piece. I've got some vintage sheet music. And I just took a fussy cut piece from one of the 12 days kits and then put that on there. And then on the inside, I've got our 9 ladies dancing. And this is just a vintage piece of silk ribbon that I had from an old ephemera piece. And then these floral pieces were just something I pulled out of my scrap box. I'm pretty sure those are probably ruby and pearl. And then I just, again, added a little bit of embossed paper. This is handmade paper, again, with some glitter in there. And then on the back of the base here, we've got our 10 Lords of Leaping. And I just adorned that with a little piece of wool and some decorative stitching. And then added another ornament up top. So if we fold those in and then flip it over on the back side, we've got our 12 drummers drumming corner pocket, a little bit of embossed paper. And then in that pocket, I love this kind of plaidish fabric I used on the back there. And then in the pocket, we have our 11 pipers piping. And then we have our piper on there. And I just added a little bit of fabric here. Again, that's on sheet music. And then, this little starred pattern paper is from Sam Poole. So I've got some of that here. And then I also had some of it layered in on some of these flaps here. And then at the top, I've just got some washi tape. So for the base of this folio, I took a manila file folder, and where the crease was on the file folder, I created my little gusset here for this flap. And then I cut it out here, making this flap about 1 inch higher than this one. And then this one goes up and comes down. And if you want dimensions, let me get a ruler. So this total height on this piece is about 7.5 inches. And then the height on this first flap is about 5 inches, and this one is 6 inches. And then the width of the entire thing is about 3 3/4. So this back panel I made 3 3/4, and then I made this one about 3 1/2. So these can all fit inside nicely. And then this one is about 3 3/8. You just might have to play around with it a little bit, depending on how much you stuff inside, deciding how wide you want to make these. So that is my project. I think I'll just put everything back in for you so you can kind of see how it all fits together. I really had a lot of fun making this. It was a nice, fun little project that didn't take me real long to put together. And now I've got a fun little Happy Mail piece that I can send on its way this Christmas. So we get our 6, get my rings to the front, our 6 and our 5. It was fun to try to decide where to put all these. And then our 3 French hens and our partridge in a pear tree. There, and they all fit nicely together. And then we have our tie that I just brought around a couple of times and tied that up. I kind of pulled it over to this side so you could see our partridge. And then we have our little dangle for on the front. I hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough of my project today. I thank you very much for coming along with me. Have a great Christmas, and until next time, bye-bye.